Half of all late-stage cancer patients will get a build-up of fluid in their chest. Over the last 3 years, working in the respiratory space, we've talked to many patients with this condition. These patients typically have only 3 to 12 months to live and can suffer from overwhelming breathlessness. Quality of life is key, and every day counts. There's a space between the chest wall and the lungs called the pleural cavity, and typically in here is only 2 teaspoons of fluid, but this can rise to as much as 2 liters of fluid, putting incredible pressure on the lungs and making it very difficult to breathe. Current treatments aim to close this space permanently using a catheter which the patient, along with a nurse or a family member, drain at home. However, existing catheters have success rates as low as 50%, leading to long and unpredictable treatment times, up to as much as a year. At Symphysis Medical, we're developing an active drainage technology that's targeting to close this space permanently within only 30 days. And with a patient-centric design, we also aim to give patients back their independence by enabling them to drain at home by themselves. 500,000 of these patients will need a definitive treatment, representing an addressable market size of approximately 900 million euros across the US and Europe alone. My name is Tim Jones. I'm co-founder and CEO of Symphysis Medical. We're an experienced and highly motivated team of scientists and engineers from Ireland with clinical support from the Mayo Clinic in the US and Galway University Hospital in Ireland. We recently completed an FDA 510K pre-submission meeting for a Class 2 device, which indicated no first-in-man data is necessary for clearance, and through extensive preclinical testing have proven the effectiveness of our device. We've already validated the US market in which the device is reimbursed, and we are currently conducting a market access study on the European landscape. We're looking for €2.1 million of equity investment to complete product development, to gain regulatory clearance by Q4 of 2022, and to add commercial expertise to the team. We currently have human factors design, regulatory, and preclinical partners that have been on this journey with us from the start. The COVID pandemic has highlighted the importance of minimizing hospital stays for these vulnerable patients. Yet communication is vital, which is why we've accelerated the digital element of our device design so that we can help patients manage their condition at home and aid clinicians in monitoring their progress. We meet regularly with our partners, with our clinicians, and with current market leaders in the space to ensure we're continually identifying the best path to patient. We believe we have a disruptive technology that can offer patients a better quality of life, comfort, and independence at a time when every day counts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tim. Tim, given the technology and device you've just described, were you in any way tempted to perhaps pivot a little bit and adapt as a COVID-19 treatment for people seriously ill?
Well, this is a different space to that, and we're specifically looking at the drainage of fluid from home, and concentrating on the digital element of it really covers that to minimise the amount of times those patients need to come into hospital for a checkup when sometimes they actually don't need it is the most important thing here. And maybe that's a minor pivot, is to actually accelerate that component of our device.
Now, in the introduction, I mentioned how palliative care is an underserved and often misunderstood area. In what way is it underserved and misunderstood?
Well, it's misunderstood in that everyone thinks of patients as this is the end of life and you have a limited amount of time and there are set protocols, but it's ever evolving. So the aim of palliative care is to have an individual approach to every patient. And this is what we're trying to understand by working closely to our clinicians to understand what that individual approach is with each patient. And this is where the digital element comes in as well. We can use this data to understand different conditions, different types of cancer that may have a different development of fluid on the lung and how that should be treated.
But if it's an underserved market, would that suggest that there is a willingness to invest in it on behalf of patients and also by investors and companies serving it?
This is what we're hoping to find out, but we have engaged with investors and they are very open to what we're presenting to them. So I believe that over the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen a change in this space. And I think we've done a lot to highlight that, and hopefully this today will highlight it even further.
As well as getting investors, have you looked to commercial partners?
We have. We always look at any potential commercial partners, whether they're specialist distributors or multinationals in this space, and we talk on a regular basis to ensure that we are identifying the best path to get that product to patient in the quickest and most.
Tim, thank you very much. We are out of time. Thank you very much for that.